right now before.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Les Alex, along with Matt and Boris from PSA Collector and the Hobby Box. Welcome. I know we got a little bit of a late start. The technical issues. Maybe somebody didn't find the email. It's all good. The link, whatever. It's all good. We're here now. That's all that matters. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Just talking sports cards, talking picks, talking maybe a little Project 2020. Probably going to touch on all the four big sports today. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out and rocking with me. Make sure to like the actual video. I know you got to kind of back out of the live feed and then like it. It's kind of a weird, convoluted thing, but make sure to do that. And if you're new here watching this after the fact, hit that smash that subscribe button, join the team, and get in that comment section. But yeah, everybody, what's up? Steve, the card collector, Central Valley Cards, Kravowski, everybody, thank you all for hanging out with us today. Okay, intro's over. What's up, guys?
What is up? What's up?
Yeah, waiting on 3 SGC subs. Awesome.
And let me tell you, I'm still waiting on my SGC card 7 days. Prove me wrong, SGC.
Nothing real big, mainly low-end stuff for flipping. Absolutely. Yeah. So, these live streams are going to be more and more kind of frequent. I know even, Boris, you have one scheduled on your channel for later on in the day, going solo dolo. So
I might be solo dolo. I haven't really decided yet. I just was like, hey, let's get people up and amped and ready to go.
Right on. So, and I had one yesterday with Flipping Steve, who is in chat. What's up, buddy? So check that out. But yeah, just kind of talk some sports cards, kind of just let the chat lead us a little bit. But I think the first thing we wanted to get into today was just our most recent pickups. Who wants to share with the class first?
Yeah, I know. Matt's been picking up, so you want to go first, Matt?
Well, I mean,
or you want to talk about?
I talked about this in my recent video, low-hanging fruit video. But I did get some more in the mail. So the 2016 Alonso PSA 9, and then Gem Mint Alonso 2017 Sky Blue, serial numbered out of 399. Now this is 2017, guys, and then the PSA 9 for $30. Another A-Rod SP Upper Deck 94, and then the Matt Chapman I bought in the live stream not too long ago.
There it is,
out of 150. Beautiful card. It's not his rookie card. It's 2016, but still, it's serial numbered. It's just a Bowman Chrome refractor hollow, and I think I paid what was it, like $5, out the door total. So.
Yeah, it was something. Nothing. It was nothing.
Yeah, you gotta love that low hanging serial numbered colored hollows refractors, and that's my recent pickups.
Pretty.
I checked the mail today and haven't got any more, but we'll
see.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, getting into some baseball, some modern baseball, which is kind of a switch up for you. So
yeah, I'm just going all over the place with not really any much strategy, just more along the lines of watching some videos of who I like, and pull the trigger, because there's so many options and they're so cheap, in my opinion, with lots of potential. If you buy the earlier prospects, that's what I'm realizing is. So these aren't flip cards necessarily; they're long-term cards, and with almost certain profit margin if you buy them at practically nothing.
Right.
And that same applies for the basketball cards. I'm understanding that not all of them are flip cards. The new players, because a lot of guys think the new they have like that flip mentality of you buy $5, and then the player has a good game, and you sell it, what, 15, maybe 10? That's a flip game. However, if you wait longer, that $5 sale price could go up to if you're Luka, 180. So
Yeah. Definitely.
yeah, so I'm
Patience
thinking,
is definitely key.
yeah, I'm thinking more of along the lines of buying and watching the player develop, and then so long term essentially.
True that. That's awesome.
So they might not be doing good now. However, down the road, if you can, depending on their, their genes, like Shea at SGA, his mom's a Olympic track runner. So I was like, wow, I did not know that he's built to be an athlete. So
yeah, it's got it in him.
He's got it.
yeah, so his endurance can, if it last, he's competitive. He's from Canada. He's good personality, good team player. So I'm all about the SGA right now. And Boris, I give you credit for getting me into him and help pull the trigger on him.
Yeah, man, I think he's going to have some great turnaround here in the NBA, coming up in the NBA season for sure.
Yeah, his cars are so cheap. He's 2018, like you nailed it, to 2018 class basketball.
2018 class is great.
Yeah. Colin Sexton, I was looking into him. He's 6'1" though, so I don't know, man. I like the tall, at least 6'3". I like to, see a guy be at least 6'3".
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah.
And I like my basketball players too.
Yeah. The taller the better. However, Trae Young's what? Not even.
Yeah. It just depends on the player.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Colin Sexton is just honestly the Cavs are just
not the team too.
being poor mismanagement right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just their entire history. Dan Gilbert's an idiot.
Yeah, I think the potential we might see some stuff coming out this year. I think there's a lot of good key players. I mean, I really like you said, Kevin Porter Jr. I like Colin Sexton. I think I was a little bit lower on him for a little while, but I think this last season I've been kind of seeing what he could possibly do, and I think it's more on the management, kind of just like almost like the Bulls too, man. The Chicago Bulls, poor mismanagement is just killing those guys. I mean, those guys there that people want to invest in big time. Wendell Carter Jr., Laurie. You're never going to be able to see those guys' full potential until they're managed the right way. Here's my newest pickups that are in hand so far. I've got there we go. Jason Tatum 9.5 True Gem. So it's 9.5 all the way around. And even when he goes up, I don't think I'm going to sell that yet. And then I got the Triple J Silver PSA 9.
Nice.
And then yesterday I picked up 2 Donovan Mitchell base PSA 9 Prisms. So that's one thing too is I think right now the best investments, especially if you're looking for quick flips, is going to be picking up, I think, a PSA 9 or PSA is going to be the better investment right now because the companies are so backed up that we don't know when. I mean, I've seen random stuff. I've had group submissions and somebody that submitted after me, their stuff gets done before mine, and there's just so much in the air right now that I'm just been picking up all graded cards right now. And that's pretty much all I'm doing right now, even if it's a 9.
Oh, for sure.
Just to as soon as basketball season comes back, and it's all people that are in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to want those PSA graded cards first, the big time investors. And if you don't have one available, and let's say the player hype goes down when you do get it, you just lost out on potential, depending on the player, but lots of money. So that's my go-to first when I'm collecting. I was like, okay, how many PSA cards does this player have? And PSA 9s, the market definitely overlooks it. It blows my mind how many PSA 9s are selling for the same exact card and the same exact price in raw format. So, a raw card hollow sells for $45, and then a PSA 9 is selling for $45. I'm like, why wouldn't you just go ahead and get the PSA 9? It's already graded. Chances are the raw card is going to be a PSA 9, especially if you're buying it offline.
Yeah, that's my kind of the way that I'm investing right now is I'm picking up 9s and I'm selling them. And then once I get to a 10, I hold it, and it's in my personal collection.
Yeah.
And then, so that's what I've been doing. I've been picking up a lot of 9s and selling them. And so, like right now, I've got a few Gem Mint 10s, and the 9.5s. In my opinion, a BGS 9.5 is pretty much, to me, a Gem Mint 10. But so I'll hold on to this Jason Tatum probably, because I mean, look at Giannis, his 9.5, what that's selling for. So I'll hold on to this Jason Tatum 9.5.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially with all 9.5 subgrades, that's a true 9.5, and it will transfer over to more than likely a PSA 10. But it all depends. I've seen PSA turn down some BGS 9.5s for crossovers. I've seen guys make videos on it. But it's still BGS 9.5. Like I have that Dak Prescott 2016, his hollow autograph in the BGS 9.5. I thought about cracking it and submitting it to PSA. However, one of the corners looks kind of shady. So I'm like, man, do I want a BGS 9.5 or do I want a PSA 9? So I just kept it in the case. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. I got it for a good price. But that's definitely the way to go if you're looking to flip cards, because a PSA 9 will sell faster when the player hype is at its max than a raw ungraded card at a more premium of a price.
And that's the other thing too, is the bases right now are way easier sales. So I think that's something to keep in mind too. And I'm going to talk about that too live today. But the big thing is like, if you're buying a lot of silvers and numbers that are expensive, just realize that they're going to be harder flips. So if you're, like, that's why I've been picking up a lot of base stuff, because it's hot right now. People buy it, they come in and they buy that base stuff like crazy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. They'll buy it now without even making an offer. Or it's a buy it now or best offer. They'll buy it now. I've seen that. That's happened to me before.
Look at Steve, man. He bought PSA 10 Tatum Prisms for $70 average in February. Sold them all for when they hit 300. That's amazing. That's some good turnaround there.
Yeah, E-Man says people hope that raws become 10s, so they pass on 9s. Better for me. Yeah, I mean, 9s are definitely way safer. That's for sure. So I went back behind my green screen and grabbed some of the cards that I have in hand that I picked up most recently. Last week we were talking about CC Sabathia, and I couldn't hold off. I picked up some. He's super dirt cheap, so you can't go wrong. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer, so CC Sabathia. And then I got some hockey, and I know, hockey's not the most popular, but
they're going to play.
They're going to play. So So we got William Nylander, who is a Toronto Maple Leaf, Young Guns. Really young guy. The Maple Leafs have the biggest fan base. They're basically like the Yankees, if you will, of the NHL. So I figure if they can even win a series, his cards are going to start to see a little uptick. And if they win the cup, oh my God, who knows? But that's William Nylander, young guy out in Toronto. Then we have Kyle Connor, another young player who has a lot of potential, high point scorer. Just a guy that Winnipeg Jets, Canadian teams, guys. If you are trying to go after hockey cards, go after the Canadian team players, because their fan bases are much more passionate and much bigger overall. And then one that probably going to end up being PC, but St. Louis Blues, Vladimir Tarasenko. He's been out all season. He played only 10 games. Then he got injured and has been on the shelf all year. So that's a guy that if he comes back, scores 40 goals next season, he does have that potential. He could definitely see a spike. And then the big one, the guy that I haven't yet done a mail day break of yet, and been keeping on the low is Austin Matthews. This guy is basically the next, I don't know, Connor McDavid. He's on that level. Sidney Crosby, Alexander Ovechkin. He's in that class. This is PSA 10. This was not cheap. But I assume and I predict that his price, if he continues his trajectory on his career, can reach $600, $700, even $1,000 if he can continue. Because if you look at Sidney Crosby, $1,500. If you look at Ovechkin, $1,800. So these are guys that are elite players, and Matthews is right there with Connor McDavid as being 1A and 1B, being the next big things in the sport. And McDavid's probably the best player in the NHL. I guess you could argue that, and I don't think anyone would really argue too much. But Matthews, and again, he's a Leaf. He's a Leaf. So if they end up winning the Cup, man, people are going to go wild over him. So that's been my pickups. I've been picking up A-Rod as well. Haven't come in yet, but and then Boris, me and you were talking about Baker. I actually literally, as you guys were talking, just paid for a Baker. Somebody one of the sellers accepted my offers. So
which one?
So this would be the time to pick them up.
Optic.
The base
Optic. I got the base Optic, and then I got the Silver Select the other night. The Optic, I think, was 15, and then the
not bad
Silver Select was 30. But that's again a guy that even if they flop this season and go 0-16, I like Baker. The Browns are my team, so even if he scrubs out, I'm fine to have those cards.
Yeah, you're fine to have the card. I think this is it, though, for him, to be honest, man. I think
it's make or break time.
Yeah. I mean, they beefed up the line. He's got all the weapons in the world. Like, if he doesn't – I mean, he's even got Austin Hooper this year. I mean, if he can't do it this year, it's done.
Yeah, I agree. I want him to be good, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, those are my picks. I know that was kind of a left turn from basketball, which you guys were talking about, and I know I'm kind of oddball picking up hockey players and stuff, but
hockey's great. Yeah, I'm slowing down on baseball right now just because of the whole season thing. I think they're going to start cooling down, just because if they can't get it together and play, man.
Yeah, it's
like those cards are going to drop down.
The MLB and the MLB Players Association has the worst relationship of any major sports between their owners and their players. And it's been well documented. I mean, if they go on another strike or lockout or holdout or whatever, they're going to lose so many. And they have such high potential to come back and just gain all those eyeballs. Think if they could be back playing by now, realistically, but they've dropped the ball. And now it looks like baseball or basketball or hockey is going to be the first back. So I don't know, man.
Basketball is going to continue to be on fire right now.
Yep.
So, that's where I'm throwing all my money at right now.
Yeah, bro. I told you this. Yeah, I just dropped a bunch of money on the basketball. But I think when football season is over, the cards essentially they take a huge dip because the hype's gone and nobody's really looking to invest because people want to buy. Collectors and investors are very weird. The market, so they wait until a player has a good game and they have back-to-back wins. Baseball, football, basketball. Basketball, I think, is just hot. It's looking like it's hot all year, and that's very new to the hobby. Like basketball cards were not always hot. However, so I think the best time to buy football and baseball is in the off season before all the hype gets here, and that's my strategy right now. So I know I've been watching the market on new cards, the old cards, the Hall of Fame, the legendary players. The market is pretty consistent. However, for the newer players, it looks like it's ebb and flow. Like if you look at the on PSAcard.com website, all the auction prices realized, you'll see increases and decreases of sales. It's crazy. Similar to what hockey cards were doing, Alex. When I was looking at the hockey cards, how they would have increase and then a dramatic decrease, but then a dramatic increase again. And I think that's due to the season hype. So I'm thinking that's my strategy right now for baseball, and that's why I haven't been going all in on baseball, but I have spent some money on Alonso, and a lot of guys, like him. A lot of guys don't like him. They think there's better options. However, it's all it's up to you as a collector which one you want to pull the trigger on. and definitely don't be spending thousands of dollars on new players, obviously. But in the off season, I like to take advantage of and buy dirt cheap, because that Baker card. I didn't know that they were so cheap. I'm actually looking into them right now, especially the select silver. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's his silver. I saw that, and I think I shot him an offer, and like out the door, it was like 30.
I would imagine that would be around $90. Now that thinking is during the season, and I kind of reminded myself, oh, this is the off season, so that's why it sold for so cheap.
Yeah, Central. Who was it? Card Collector. What do you think of Ikoria in terms of investing? So that's the new Magic the Gathering set. If you're going to go after Magic sets, like recent Magic sets, you have to go after the collector's packs, or the collector's cards, the big border, the alternate art cards. That's the base stuff from the generic, $4.99 booster packs is not worth anything. So,
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, that's that. What we got? Less NFL games, less time to profit. Central Valley Cards. Yeah. What's up, Josh? How's it going? Sorry, everybody, if we're not, shouting you out. There's just a lot of comments coming through, and we're kind of, once we get rolling talking about something, it's kind of hard to put the brakes on. But
let me tell you what, if baseball doesn't happen, I'm going to be looking to you for some hockey pointers, and soccer and
dude,
hockey
I started
are going to be
kicking the tires on some soccer. I don't know anything about soccer, but the big guys
are going to be on that.
Yeah.
It's going to be basketball, and I think it's going to be, honestly, I think it's going to be mostly basketball and soccer, but I think you could see some uptick in the NHL stuff as well.
Yeah, because I mean, if baseball doesn't happen, people are going to park their money somewhere. So,
yeah, I wish it would happen, but I don't think it's going to happen either.
Oh man, they're going to. It's going to be such a punt and such a mistake if they can't get the season this year. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think that hockey, but soccer, yeah. I don't know too much. Like I can't.
I've never watched a soccer game in my life. I don't know what the rules. I don't know the positions. I don't know the.
I watched some like World Cup stuff back in the day. I watched the Women's World Cup when they won, but other than that, I don't know too much. Cristiano Ronaldo, I know that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's I've been looking at his cards, and Lionel Messi I've been looking at, but.
Yeah, I think that's Luca's favorite. That's Luca's favorite player. So a lot of international basketball players like Luca are huge soccer fans, and I think I saw him in an interview, and he said Messi was his favorite of soccer player right now, whoever that guy is. I'm like, I definitely need to look into soccer cards, because I've been getting asked a lot across the board, like on all my platforms. What do you think about soccer? What do you think about soccer? So I should probably sit down. Maybe we should sit down and look at it together and try to figure it out. Boris, what is your knowledge on the soccer?
Like, all I know is big names. I know Mbappe, I know Ronaldo, and I know Messi, and that's it. But I mean, the thing about it is, it is like, it's a world sport, so that's one thing it has going for it.
Yep.
The issue is, I think the big issue is that it's not as popular in America, and that's where most of the investments are going to come from. It's not as popular. But, if we have a holdout, usually at this time, it's baseball going, basketball's going, and so all eyes are there. So if you don't have to compete with baseball, hockey starts up and soccer starts up. Man, I don't know who's going to win out in that.
I can see Americans getting into soccer.
I can too.
They just have to, like you said, like if there's no baseball, no football, and the only option is soccer as their sport, guys are going to be like, let's go to the bar and let's watch some soccer. I don't even care. Who are you voting for? I don't know. Let's pick a team randomly.
It also seems like, just from my limited experience with it, watching, the World Cup and stuff, it's a great sport to watch while you're doing something else, just like baseball is. You can sit down, have a beer at the bar, and just talk. You don't have to be engaged every second.
Yeah, like basketball.
Like basketball is like historical. You have to be almost locked in the whole time. But
yeah,
soccer and baseball definitely like passive. You can just turn it on, listen to it, kind of hang out and have a conversation. So that's definitely something I think that's going to
Is he chopping on your side?
Yeah, he's chopping. Another thing about soccer cards is, the product. Like, does Topps make Topps cards or soccer cards? Who makes the soccer cards? Like right now, Upper Deck.
It's looking like Panini is like.
I think Panini made a bunch of older ones. Like there's like vintage Panini sticker soccer cards that I kind of started looking into. A lot of them are super expensive. But it's as far as the product knowledge, it's there's a huge learning curve to figure out before I invest in any soccer cards. But just like I did with basketball, baseball, and football, you got to start somewhere, ground zero, and work your way up, and then you'll slowly figure out, okay, this product's hot. People like this product. They like this player. These are their years. The population reports are super low, and stuff like that. And that's essentially where I would begin. And but is it worth the time? Is it will soccer be a household sport that Americans watch, which is predominantly the biggest market that needs to in order to get the value. But the world, tough to say. It is the number one sport in the world, most watch. So that has it going. That does have that benefit going for it.
Yeah, Steve and Card Collector both say Panini and Topps are the current manufacturers of soccer. So,
that's cool. I didn't know Topps did. Yep.
Everything I've been looking at, because I've been looking at Ronaldo and Messi, and they've all been like optics or like prisms. So I didn't even know Topps was in on that.
Interesting.
NA Trucker 2009 says I'm loading up on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum currently. So
Tatum.
Yeah, that's true. Eric says Americans don't like low scoring sports. That's true.
Slow playing sports. Yeah,
that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah,
I think that's probably why football has been getting basketball score numbers in some games.
God,
it's like I don't know, 76 to 65, whatever the score is. All those am I there? Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're there. Scores being like 120 to 130, like scoring overall.
The announcer's like, basketball scores.
Topps Project 2020.
All right, I'm gonna step out real quick.
Yeah. Right. So, we can talk a little Topps Project 2020. Touched on it yesterday in my video with Steve, but we can talk about it here again for sure. What are your thoughts? I know you got some opinions on it.
Yeah, I'm off of it right now. Anything new coming in, I'm off of it. There's too many people. The fact that it keeps coming up in every conversation, that's because everybody has noticed how much profit people are making off of those lower number cards. The issue is that there's no low prints anymore. There's no low print runs because even the Ken Griffey that doesn't look that great to a bunch of people. There was probably what was it, like the count on that was like 60,000. I think you guys got
99,470.
Yeah, I mean you're playing with pennies at this point. Like if I was you, I would save the money, buy a low print card. Anything under 10,000 is what I'm targeting right now. So anything under 10,000, even if it's $120, I picked up the Bob Gibson, I can't remember. It was a low print run for like $120, and I think
Taysom Beck.
Yeah, that was the Beck one. Yeah, that's the one I got.
And I think that one is gonna be
Topps. They suckered me, man. I'm hooked. I went on and bought. So I got a notification on my email. Topps, they send you an email. Last chance to buy. And I said, what cards are ending today? And the Jeter and the Tony Gwynn ended today, and I was like, man, $35 for, and I said I'll buy both. So it's $35, and then I didn't know you can do free shipping. Did you guys know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it takes forever, but
well,
I paid for the other one. I'm still waiting on all mine.
well, that Griffey order, I bought 15 of those Griffey with a print run of 100,000. I'm thinking I can at least be able to sell them for $20 a piece and get my money back, maybe. But
yeah,
I paid for shipping on that order, and I was like, dang. And then I saw on their website that they have it's called Post something, and it said free shipping. So I looked it up online, and evidently it's a way for companies, online retailers, to offer free shipping to incentivize you buying online. And so I tried it out, and it's free. It just takes longer, like you guys said, but I'm in no hurry to get these. And then I bought 2 of those Frank Thomas cards that they have now, which it looks like he made it in Microsoft Paint. However, it's Frank Thomas, and I was like, you know what? I kind of like this card. So like, I'm like, they got me, man. They got me. I'm just keep buying them.
And what Central Valley's talking about is like, yeah, it is ridiculous, the price. And the deal is it's both good for the hobby and other things as well, is that this is artists that are well established, that have a huge following, that are coming for these cards. It's not just sports people. So in essence, it's turning people towards the sport card market, which is really great for the hobby. And then in essence, like, they're selling ridiculously because it's a piece of art.
That's like,
what do you think of it?
That's like Don C, man. That's like Kanye West's right hand man. He's got like 100,000 Instagram followers. Like if you don't think that guy's art essentially isn't gonna sell, I'm sorry. I gotta disagree. I don't care what the print run is. That card will sell, because you got to think about in the future investors, future card collectors, future fans of his are gonna see something like that. What if there's a guy who is a Frank Thomas fan and loves Don C? He's gonna want that card, and obviously we've seen that art collectors will spend dumb money on stuff that they like. So I think as long as you go after the top 3 or 4 popular guys, Don C, Mr. Cartoon, Ermsky, those guys, you can still make money, but it's going to be more of a long-term hold. As long as the pop reports aren't like 100,000 like that Griffey was.
Yeah, that Griffey, those pop reports on that Griffey was purely the result of greedy investors trying to flip it for money. Because the Keith Short cards, they weren't selling like hotcakes like the Griffey was. They have some of the lowest print runs because of his style. His style's like, I don't know, it's cartoony, and so when you see his previous cards compared with the super low print run compared to the most highest sold card to date, which is the Griffey, it's like, okay, obviously investors are in now, and they're doing bulk investors with thousands of dollars. They're probably making orders of 1,000, and they're spending like $2,000.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to sell it for 40 and double my money or something.
Yeah, so Gary Vee is going to be having an interview with one of the artists coming up here in the next week or so. So I think we could see a huge spike in like potential buyers for these cards.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. That'd be cool to see.
That's Gary Vee. That's the man. Like, if he talks about it, it's gold, in my opinion. So I think we could see a resurgence. And I think people are going to chill out on Topps Project 2020. Obviously, we saw that huge spike, but then the next day, I think the biggest one was only like 40K, which is still quite a few, but not nearly 100.
I mean, 100,000. Did you guys see that guy? So I follow Beckett on Twitter. They posted the Mike Trout. Somebody sent in the Mike Trout by Big Baller, I think, and it got graded a BGS 10 black label. I'm like, oh wow, what a shock! These cards they're not created like the traditional cards. So I'm thinking, how many of these cards that's going to get submitted is BGS going to allow to get that black label case, and is it worth it? Like, what if there's like a BGS 9.5 or a BGS 9? Like, you can't do some 10 black labels and some BGS 9.5s. So that's getting kind of I don't know. I thought that was interesting to see that people Beckett promoting their Black Label case on a card that was like, not printed and manufactured in the traditional way. Like these,
not in a pack. You can't ding the corners. It comes pre-wrapped and everything, pre-protected.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how many, if they all get Black Labeled cases, or if they don't. And if they don't, then it's just like, why? I don't know. It's very, very interesting, the grading aspect of these cards.
What's that?
The interview is Monday morning, they said?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I knew it was coming up. I didn't know exactly what day. So Monday morning, apparently.
Like with his tea with Gary Vee, or
is he still doing that? Or I know he's still doing the like coffee and.
I don't know. Like I was following that for forever, man. And I just been making content. So I'm like,
right.
I know Gary's killing it right now. And I know he's saying he's getting someone hype, but he already got me hype, and I just need to make content. So I jump on when I can, but I don't know if it's been every day or not anymore.
Well, he was live instead of doing it on YouTube, he went live on TikTok the last time. He has
I saw that.
That Justin guy.
Boris needs a nap. Yes, I do. Dude, I've been out in the sun all day long, so it's
it's too hot up for me today. I was gonna mow the grass and do all the kind of yard work, and I was like, man, it's so hot today.
Bro, I did it all. I had a community serve day feeding Tampa Bay. So I was out there from like 7:30 in the morning, and then when I got back, I mowed my lawn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Tea with Gary Vee on Monday. That's what it's called. Yeah. I mean, Central Valley definitely rather spend the money on a real PSA 10 than these 2020. Yeah, I mean, in some, obviously, a lot of sports card collectors are going to feel that way. But you got to think of it from the opposite side, too, where fans of these people who might be interested in sports somewhat are going to see their favorite artist doing cards, and they're going to be really excited about that. So where they would never buy they don't even know what a PSA 10 rookie card is, but they know who their favorite artist is, and they know who Ken Griffey Jr. is or whatever. So, but it's interesting. I'm excited to see how it ends up panning out. So, and one thing that Steve said yesterday is like the set collectors are going to, some of these print runs are super duper low. So there can only be, I think it was like the lowest one was like 12K or like 3K or something. So at most there can only be 3,000 complete sets.
Yeah, right now I'm just buying them for collection and to have. Like, I'm no longer looking at it as an investment like I did with the Griffey, where I was totally burned. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to buy these and collect them. $20 a piece. That's like really cheap for these cards, and I think that's how a lot of people get suckered into buying them, because you're like, it's only $20 a piece, and then you factor in the free shipping, so it's just like, why not? And if in the future with Topps, are they doing this in 2020 like exclusively, or are they doing it in 2021 as well?
We don't know.
That
was the thing that was brought up in my chat yesterday, is like, what happens if they do 2021 or
yeah, so in 2025, and the print runs then are like 500,000 and so forth, then the 100,000 Ken Griffey Jr. print run doesn't seem so bad. It seems almost, it's like it's a rare essentially.
Yeah. And
then the lower ones are even more rare. So huge potential. And I think Topps is going to see big returns and big gains from this, and a lot of publicity. So I definitely see them doing this in the future. And maybe even like Panini, like, is Panini trying to figure out a way to compete with this? Because
if I was a card company, I would definitely be jumping on this.
Yeah, for sure. Upper Deck could do it.
Oh my God, have some Project 20 hockey cards. That'd be dope.
Can you imagine Panini doing Topps 2022 with basketball cards like Jordan and Shaq and Kobe?
Oh my God,
off the charts, dude. It would annihilate the Topps cards, I think, the baseball cards. Especially like the Jordans, the Giannis, and the LeBrons. Like, basketball card collectors, I think their budget is so much higher than baseball card collectors. I think, because ridiculous amounts of money are spent on basketball cards like daily. So that's an interesting.
Justin said he thinks Topps said they won't be doing it in 2021.
Yeah.
I could see them switching course though. They're making a killing off this.
Yeah. And people are going to want it. They're like, I think people are going to continue to want this. So it's very interesting to see the how it all pans out.
Yeah, Eric Perry says they'll do it as long as they're making money. I agree with that. I think even despite what they've said up to this point, if they're killing it, selling 100,000 of each of these, they're gonna keep selling.
Yeah, what is that? 100? I can't. I'm horrible at math. Let's see, 100,000. 100,000. That's okay. That's 100,000 print runs at $20 a pop is $2 million
in one day, just like that, or in 2 days, I guess. So that's $1 million a day.
Wow, that's huge. Now that's not all revenue, obviously, but
right.
Still, that's like gross sales, $2 million in one day. I think they're going to do it, continue to do it, and make it even more interesting. I'm thinking they should do. Like, I think that they should do stuff where they say, okay, only 2,000 of these are printed. You have until the end of today to do it. I think they should do that randomly, okay? Not every day, obviously, but randomly. Like, randomly throw in a card. Only 2,000 of these available.
Man.
$35. It ends today. I think that would be cool. And people that are paying attention and watching, they'll benefit from it.
They need to do something. They need to. I like Top stuff. I'm not saying I don't like it, but I don't know about you got the complete series, you got series 1, series 2, you've got update.
Yeah.
I kind of get it, but it's just so much product that it's just a lot of product, man. Crazy. I don't know. There's a lot of junk. There's a lot more junk baseball cards right now than there are basketball or football, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It makes it kind of I don't know. Makes it muddy.
It does.
Topps, I forget where I saw it, but somebody asked about Topps T206, which is also a limited print set. So you get normal packs and everything, and they're old, small, cigarette.
What year
size.
is that?
Topps T206. They're basically like the old cigarette style.
No, what year did the Topps release it?
It's going on now. So I think the Ziggy No says, yeah, I asked about, okay, cool. So yeah, Ziggy asked about Topps T206, and actually I bought some of the first series, but they're only on sale for 28 days. So obviously not nearly as limited, and you're not guaranteed anything, but the set is pretty sweet. They haven't done it in over a decade, I think. And so they're bringing it back. So I think after people start seeing the cards, we could potentially see a little bit of an uptick.
So you can buy these sets on Topps.com?
Yeah, it's being sold exclusively on Topps. So it won't be in retail.
I don't see anything on their website about no T206 sets.
Because I bought some.
Oh, there we go. $15? That's it? Series 1?
Yeah, but they're packs. So it's just like a normal pack.
That's not a complete set.
But they have the checklist there, and Series 1 looks pretty good. And you have the opportunity to get a 1-of-1 Honus Wagner, which is going to be dumb money. Whoever pulls that.
Yeah, these are nice.
But they're small little cigarette style.
They're the tobacco cards, essentially.
Yep.
They're small, tough. 20 packs for $260. Holy cow.
E-Man says, I have nothing against Gary V, but a lot of people think he pumps and dumps. Thoughts on that? I don't think he does.
I don't think so.
He's
too rich. Why would he want to do that?
He's got his money. He's I think more than anything, he's a successful businesman, what does he need to make another $3,000 or whatever?
There's no benefit. And that would potentially be putting his integrity on the line for what, $100,000, $200,000 when he makes that probably in a day, easy. I definitely don't think he pump and dumps.
He's
got
cards. A lot of people that work around him. It would only take one of those people to say, this is what he's doing. He's artificially, filling the market.
Yeah.
I don't think he does it because
it's just not worth it for him.
It's not worth it. There's a lot of people that could rat him out. I agree. I don't think he does it.
Well, the market was growing before he even started.
Oh yeah, for sure. He just added like a ton of gasoline to it. It was already on fire.
Yeah.
But he just added a bucket of gasoline and went wild even further, a lot quicker.
I think if Asia's invested, we're good. Period.
Yeah.
Basically what's happening.
He was the guy who eventually got me to, and I think, me and Matt, we talked about this. He was the one who got me to like switch my content up because I was listening to his daily podcast every single day. And he's basically, one episode was like, don't be afraid to lose followers.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
Don't be afraid to lose followers, and don't be afraid to do what you are passionate about. If you're losing interest in something and you're just not into it, don't, make content just for the fact of appease your base, basically. So that's why a month ago, about a while back, I said, you know what, I'm into these sports cards and I'm kind of burnt out on Magic. So I made the flip. So
Magic.
What's that?
So the Magic lost its magic.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why nobody else in the sports card world is really talking about Topps T206. I don't know why. It seems like, at least to me, I know it's kind of a weird set, but
well, they've done those inserts previously, in football cards and baseball and basketball. And I just don't think, I think because of their size, people just aren't attracted to them as much, because they're cigarette cards, tobacco cards. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I see the parallels. They have some pretty sick parallels. So they got 1 in 3 packs. They got a Cycle Black foil stamp number to 25, which would be pretty sick if you pull like a Trout or
oh my God.
They got a Ty Cobb foil stamped 1 of 1, American Beauty back foil stamped out of 10, only serial number to 10. So those, they have 2 very, very low print run cards that you can pull. However, I would probably just go online and see if I can buy them straight up, buy them instead of buying all these packs. But they got a Polar Bear back, 1 in 18 packs, Sweet Caporal back, 1 in 3. So interesting set. But like I said, I just don't think guys like the size of the cards, because then are you going to put them in like a traditional top loader or 2.5 by 3.5 top loader, or do you have like a certain T206?
You can get them slabbed, and then the PSA will make them look nice and good in their little miniature cigarette style cases. But no, I definitely agree. It is a bit of a weird set, but I think it will pick up steam if people realize that, oh wait, this is kind of an underprinted set, because it is printed demand, just like.
So they do have they got rookie cards. There's a Gavin Lux rookie in there. That's a pretty sick looking card.
And that's in Series 1 too.
Yeah. So I mean, the rookie cards, I can see potential with those. 2000.
I could see with the rookie cards and with the stamp stuff as well.
Well, yeah. The legendary, the serial numbered stuff, and obviously the 1 of 1.
Yeah, Ziggy. No, yeah, I'm gonna put that up on screen. We need to get me to 1,000 subs. Somebody, we got 23 left, I think. 23 more subs. So
let's go.
What is it?
More subs.
They make tobacco-sized top loaders, sleeves, and binder pages.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's cool. That would definitely make me want to collect those more. Because I remember I was attracted to those cards back in the day when I can't remember what sets they were in, but I remember the tobacco cards. But they're so hard to handle, and put in top loaders and keep with your collection because of the size. But if they have penny sleeves and top loaders for that, I think that would be a pretty cool set to complete. And
yeah, and
so there's only 2,000 of those printed of each set, or 2,000 total. Is that what you said?
I think for Series 1.
Series
might be
1
what
is
he's
only
talking about.
2,000 complete sets, so 2,000 of each card. Very interesting.
Because, and I bought them just because I loved as a kid, I opened up a Honus Wagner little, tobacco-sized card. And it's just always cool to me to like open up Babe Ruth, Honus Wagners, those old school guys.
Yeah.
So I bought 5 packs of Series 1. I'm doing a giveaway on one, which Eric Perry in chat won for my 800.
Nice.
For my 700 subscriber giveaway.
Oh, that's what they won. Cool, man.
Yeah.
I forgot. Okay, that's cool. Now I know what you're talking about. I looked into it.
Did anyone catch the Roy Halladay E60 doc? I knew they were doing it. I didn't know it aired yet. That's a guy I've been his cards are kind of expensive. Roy Halladay.
Yeah, he's got a Bowman Chrome 2000 or 1990. I can't remember what year it was.
SGC makes the T206 cards beautiful. I could definitely see that. Yeah, with the black, with that old school look.
1997.
No, Gareth. There is no print. There's no print limit.
98.
But if the interest is super low at first, then it'll be just like Project 2020 of all the smaller print run of those cards, I would assume. So.
Oh, man.
All
right. I'm coming back alive.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Man, what do you guys think of Chris Paul, real quick? Have you guys looked into him at all?
I haven't.
He's doing well with OKC. He's kind of just like James Harden, man. They're both good players, but like people are just not. They're not into him.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, so that's the thing is so a lot of it has to do with statistics and how good they are, has to do with their playoffs runs, and it also has to do with their public image.
Yeah,
it's huge. So even with LeBron's public image, in some people's eyes, he's like one of the most hated on people in basketball. But that's because he's so good.
Yeah.
It's like
right. When you've been compared to the best player on the planet since 17, it's hard to really live up to that. I mean, it's kind of like no matter what he did, he was going to fail, essentially, like quote unquote fail.
Yeah. So I don't think his cards. I think his cards could go up a little bit, but I just there's no hype around him, man. That's really what it comes down to. It comes down to hype.
Yeah. And he pretty much has to win a championship in my eyes to really.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing, especially for basketball cards. And I know you guys probably feel the same. Is if I don't like the person that is on the card, like as a person, I'm not going to buy the card. I don't care how much money I could even make. Like that's just personally how I feel about it. Like I'm not even going to take the chance on it.
Well, they're not even bad dudes. I don't understand the whole thing. It's just they're just not hype dudes. Like James Harden's a little bit more hype, but I think with James Harden has a lot to do with he doesn't really carry the team because he's not a good defensive player at all.
That and he just can't get along with any of his teammates. He pushes everybody out. Like he's already feuding with Westbrook. Like it's the first year of this experiment. But yeah, I have nothing against, but he's just not. Dude. He's just not. He's never been like the man, on the team. I mean, even back whenever he was on the Clippers, it was him and Blake, and that was kind of like a 50-50 split of who was most hyped, basically.
Blake on that down too, man. No one's really picking up Blake either.
Yeah.
And that's all everybody talked about. So you go back and probably look at the card market.
Yeah.
I wasn't really invested at that time, but man, Blake's. I'd imagine his cards were
high, and now they probably tanked. Yeah.
And now they're not.
Gavin Lux is in Topps T206. Yeah, man. Bosch and Carmelo thoughts. I like Carmelo. I think he never won a ring though. He's still I guess he's still on Portland, right? Technically. So I guess they could win this season, but I guess if they came back and started the playoffs just off the rip, Portland not in it, because I know Damian Lillard was catching some heat because of his comments about not playing if it's worthless games, basically is what he said.
I think Carmelo once Carmelo retires, you'll see a big bump in his cards.
Yeah,
it's like that. They play and they have, he was really great. At one point, and just moving to the Portland Trailblazers, right? He's the Trailblazers, right? Yeah,
that's what I had to think about it too.
Yeah. He's been playing for so long. But they, once he retires, then everybody be like, oh yeah, Carmelo was really good. Like, check out what he did. he's definitely a potential Hall of Famer, and it's just one of those things with him.
Yeah, Ziggy, no. Harden, Blake, Paul, all great examples of the hobby. They're great players, just not popular enough. It's true. Josh Wallace show says just buy Jordan. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with Jordan.
But then it's not a hobby, man.
Yeah.
Part of the hobby is like figuring out like these like little things, like what's
Staying ahead of the curve, basically.
Yeah. That's
Jordan's
what I'm doing.
established. I mean, you got to have some Jordan. I think it's great to.
Oh yeah, I got some Jordan, old school like '90s.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
They're at my mom's house. She brought over a box, which I'm gonna do a video on. Just nothing crazy. I think the most expensive card was like a $12. I don't even know what it was, but I'm gonna do a video on that soon. Just me showing some more of my childhood collection. But yeah, Jordan's always a good buy, I think.
Yo, so when I was a kid, I was collecting Tom Brady cards when I was a kid. Okay, so in 2001, actually I wasn't really a kid. I was in high school. I was buying all the 2001 Bowman, 2001 Skybox Impact. So I had a binder essentially full of Tom Brady rookie cards. Okay,
Nice.
And I went off to the Navy, and my parents had moved, and they took all my stuff, all my cards.
Oh no.
They put it in the garage, which had a leaky roof. All right.
Oh no.
So I got back from the military, and all my cards, my Tom Brady rookie cards, I can't remember any of them right now, but I know I had a binder full of them, guys, just destroyed from being rained on, sitting in the rain. I remember I took the binder, I looked at it, and I do regret this. I walked over to the garbage can and I just threw them in the garbage can. I should have kept them, and just submitted them to PSA as authentic, because they definitely were not PSA gradable, but they would have been authentic. But that's my story of my childhood cards.
It's horrible.
That sucks, man.
And then I started another collection. So I went back out to California to keep serving, and I said, okay, I'm going to start over again. So I started collecting Adrian Peterson. I was collecting Ted Ginn Jr., and that's when I was submitting my cards to Beckett when I was out in California. And I realized, why aren't my Beckett cards selling for as much as these PSA cards? So I was like, all right, I'm going to start doing PSA. But I moved and then that collection I had a huge collection. I moved it all with me to Ohio. And I ended up, long story, I lost that entire collection as well.
Yikes.
So this is my starting over the third time. And I'm doing it the right way this time. I'm like, okay, I'm treating these cards the right way,
Like gold.
Yeah, like an investment and a collection. I appreciate them a lot more because of all the stuff I've lost in the past. And I think that's what I've been trying to do, is try to get back those, childhood cards I had, and I essentially just destroyed. Yeah. But there's no way I'm going to be able to afford all those Brady rookies again.
You're buying them for like $3 back in the day from the local card shop. Now they're like,
no, bro. I was pulling them from packs. I was getting the packs from Kmart. I think I was at Kmart, and because back when baseball cards, I don't think they were sold in Walmarts. I don't know. Maybe they were. I can't remember. But I was pulling them from packs.
Yeah.
And I just had so many of them. And they just, so interesting. I wish I had them all still.
Yeah, oh no, for sure.
A nice little honey hole.
Why Brady, though? Would you just like the way that he played, or?
I don't know, man. It's weird. Like I said, when I was a kid, I had no strategy. In 2001, I don't even think Brady was, or maybe it was a little after 2001.
That year, they won the Super Bowl. His rookie season, they won the Super Bowl, I believe.
Oh, then that must have been it. Like I was like, oh, they won the Super Bowl, so I was like, I'm gonna the Tom Brady cards. I wasn't a Patriots fan.
Yeah,
I would collect the weirdest players with no rhyme or reason, and Tom Brady just happened to be the guy that I chose, which I thought was crazy. And then I started collecting Tom Brady again when I got back into it really heavy in 2016, like I told you guys before, I was buying up all his optic refractors, all his early Topps Chrome refractors, and submitting them to PSA. I had a boatload of these guys. I submitted to PSA, and I would essentially sell them for a profit. However, if I waited, it would have been so much. It would have been double or triple my money.
Okay. Wow.
And I've just started kind of slowly looking at his, second year. He doesn't even have second year cards. His third year, 2003, 2004 stuff. That's really cheap, I think, and has a lot of potential. The Tom Brady cards. There's so much potential in football cards across the board. It's just, very, very finicky because Drew Brees' market went up last year in the year prior, and then he didn't make it past the playoffs first round, I think, and his cards just dropped. They plummeted back to, it's just crazy how the football card market works. It's so much different than basketball and baseball. I think it's much more,
It's very like volatile.
Yeah, it's volatile.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much more injury.
Roller coaster.
Unless you're Tom
Injury.
Brady.
Yeah,
But-
well, we'll see what happens this year, man. I hope he stays that way.
Even Brady cards, man. Yeah, they just didn't take off fast enough like I thought they were.
Garrett says, Matt, send me your collection now and I'll give you CPL cards from 20 years ago. Yeah, E-Man, I agree. Luka's super likable. He just seems like a nice guy, honestly. Yeah, so did you guys want to talk? What do you
I
guys
get
want
it.
to
A
talk
couple
about?
cards back in the 20 years, okay.
Did you guys want to talk about what we got cooking, or I think did we want to keep this to roughly an hour because we're right over an hour now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Who wants to let me.
Well, essentially, what we're wanting to do is work out the kinks of creating our podcast and a weekly podcast for actual, podcast users, and then also we'll be uploading the video on YouTube as well. So for you guys out there that actually listen to podcasts, we're trying to get feedback from the community on what topics you guys want us to cover. So, we come up with obviously our top picks of the week, our recent pickups, players to buy, sell, and hold. Maybe product. What product is a good product to invest in, and then we're going to start a Patreon page to help fund our podcast. And we want to know what kind of perks do you guys want to see in the Patreon page that you would benefit from. And Alex has came up with, we've all talked about this.
Yeah, we've been collabing on it for the last.
And we want to hear some
weeks or
feedback
so.
from you guys. So what do you guys think should be some perks in our Patreon page? It's called Sports Card MBA, Sports Card Matt, Boris, and Alex. So show us in the comments, guys. If you guys have any ideas rolling off the top of your head.
We've got a rough idea of what we want to do, but nothing solid, and we just really need the community's help. Even if you're not, even if you want to even subscribe to a Patreon, if the content, the podcast, the streams, the YouTubes, they're all going to remain free, 100%. But this is just to kind of help us upgrade our stuff. And continue making excellent, high-quality content for y'all. But even if you're not interested in joining the Patreon so much, you just have an idea that you think would be a good idea for folks, let us know, because we have a pretty decent idea of what we want to do, but just need a little help with the little details that,
Other than group submissions, like we're not going to – that's one thing I'm not – willing to do is do group submissions.
It's so much responsibility.
Yeah, way too much responsibility, and So time, like so much time involved in that. But we're thinking of all kinds of things, and that's only to put it out there for you guys that want to do it. It's not necessary. Like, you can still watch our stuff for free. You can listen to the podcast for free. Everybody has a Patreon page, and people have been telling us, me, left and right, that I should start my own Patreon page, and that's why we're doing this. Okay, we're not doing this because we're money hungry. Obviously, okay, we're doing this because the community asked us to do this, and we just want to provide a little bit extra, and we want to know what it is that you guys want us to provide other than group submissions, and that's about it. Anything else we're up for. We're up to doing like guest appearances on our podcast. You can talk to us about your collection and stuff. We're up for all kinds of things, shout outs. We're thinking about doing having a perk where you get like merchandise. We'll do a monthly merchandise package with maybe a T-shirt and a photo. Like, we're thinking about creating custom baseball cards of us, and signing them and giving them to you guys to add to your collection as fans. And support the channel, support what we do. Essentially, guys, we are on the forefront of this hobby explosion and the content creating in the community. Okay, we're doing the research, we're doing the grind, we're putting out content, we're interacting with the community, and that's we want to keep it growing. We want to get other guys back into the hobby, because a lot of guys reach out to me and they tell me, thanks for getting them back into the hobby and igniting the passion again. And that's what we're trying to do. Reach those guys out there who once loved collecting sports cards and are not aware that the community is growing and how exciting it is right now. So let's reach those guys. Let's bring them back into the hobby, and let's keep talking sports cards and stay positive, guys. And that's all we can do, and that's all we're trying to do. And doing these live streams, we're practice, and you'll get better. Like, you look at all those experience, like Joe Rogan, he didn't start off being a banger podcast. He had years of practice, and that's what we're doing right here, and we're doing it with you guys, and just talking sports cards.
And again, it's not our YouTube channels and our it's still going to remain free. It's just for those folks that want to support us, like what we're doing here, really dig it, and help further the content and get a lot of cool stuff that we're currently not even offering, but just extra stuff.
We're looking to.
By no means feel that you no pressure, basically.
There's no obligation for any of it. It's if you want the extra extra episodes, extra insight and things like that, if you want to be part of a community and be able to throw ideas at us and people in our community and get answers and things like that, join up. And if it doesn't sound like it's for you, then don't.
And we're going to be doing Patreon Discord. That's something that I've been building, and we've been kind of tweaking here and there over the last couple weeks. So, and you'll be, all the Patreon members will be invited to that. I'm excited. I think that the Discord is going to be huge. I think, because that's something you get to pretty much talk with us whenever we're not either creating content or doing work, family stuff. So. Commit to time, topics. We're working on hammering out the exact day and everything that we're going to be recording it. At a certain level, I think we're going to have the episode come out a day early, so that'll be huge value, I think. I got to get some graded shirts, some gym mint shirts.
And they won't be like this. This is just us like throwing stuff back and forth. They're going to be very focused.
We'll actually have show notes and everything. NBA beard balm on its way. Absolutely. We joked about that at our first live stream.
That'd be awesome. I use a lot of beard balm.
NBA beard balm. Oh my God.
What's going on, man?
Jeez. who knows? Maybe down the road that could be a thing. Maybe in a year or so, beard ball might be a thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something we've been talking about, and we're gonna do. We just got to get the little details hammered out. But we appreciate everybody rocking with us. I know, Boris, you're passing me on subs, bro. I'm gonna have to catch up to you. But it's been fun, man. It's been fun. 3 Beard Mafia. There we go. But yeah, obviously, if you guys have any suggestions or anything that you guys would want to see for our Patreon, just hit us up. You know where to find us. We're all on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. Obviously, you can leave comments in the video if you're watching this after the fact.
I think group breaks would be a killer idea. So we buy a box of cards, and if you're on a certain member level of the Patreon, you get in on the weekly or monthly breaks that we do.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe we can do it by pack. So you'll get assigned a number. So we might have to open multiple boxes to make sure everybody's covered, but you'll get assigned a number. We'll put numbers on each of the packs, and when we open that pack, those cards get shipped out to you. I think that would be very, very fun way to engage with the community and for them to want to watch and talk and support each other. So that's definitely interesting. That just came across doing a group break. Buying in on the boxes that we buy.
Yeah. So Ziggy, that's actually something too. We've been talking about is having members of the community on the actual podcast, and that'll be a Patreon thing where we have folks each month on the podcast and actually have
guest appearances.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Let us know your suggestions. Obviously, nothing's going to get exactly finalized today or anything, but
no, we're essentially just creating watch time for Alex's channel right now. So thank you guys for watching and supporting his channel and getting his watch time hours up. We're trying to get Alex and Boris get those watch times, get those subscriber counts, and get their channel monetized. Okay, we're going to be honest, guys. We're transparent. We're not trying to hide anything. We're doing this as a hobby, but also as a side hustle as well. We got families. We're adults. We spend a lot of time doing this.
Oh, yeah. It takes a lot of time editing videos.
Editing and researching the cards. We don't want to give you guys bad information. Like a lot of guys out there, they just pick a random card and they talk about it, even though they've done no thorough research on it. And that's, it's like, it's getting bad. I see guys talking about cards, and it's just, it's just crazy to see. So we're doing the research, guys. We're doing the hard work, and we're trying to get our voices out there as a team. And
like I said yesterday when I was on with Steve, I don't pull the trigger on a player unless I've done at least like 3 hours of research, and that's at bare minimum. Usually I'm doing I don't know. I let the F word slip, but a lot of research.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's not like it's not like we're picking cards just to make content. Okay. We want to pick these cards and share it with you guys, and so that way you can get in on the action. And if you have the card and you need some money, we're letting you guys know, hey guys, this card is going up. If you guys need some money, go dig it out of your closet, go dig it out of your collection and sell it, or hold on to it and wait even longer and make even more money. But that's why I started doing a lot of these videos on these cards going up, like the Jordan Metal Universe card. I was like, guys, these cards are selling for ridiculous amounts of money. I know a lot of you guys out there have them. Put them up for auction, put them up for buy it now or best offer, and make a huge profit. And that's an extra $300 potentially for those guys out there, or tons of other cards. And we get you don't get that from being random and just picking random cards to talk about. You get that from doing the research yourself and knowing what you're doing. Okay, you got to know what you're doing, and a lot of guys out there I've seen really don't. So we're just
trying to figure out if people in this chat actually like us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, get you guys on board.
Ethan, is Manny Machado rookie card worth buying? I assume you meant buying. I like Manny Machado. I think he's dirt cheap. He had a down year last year, but I think that Padres team's looking really, really like an up and coming team. They got some good. They got their ace in Chris Paddock, so kind of break away from. Wish you the best. Hey, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. What's up, L&M bros? But yeah, that's our plans. That hopefully you keep rocking with us. But yeah,
Matt's out.
Matt left.
It's like click. I'm out. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and the truth of the matter is, we don't know what. None of us have any idea of what's going on anybody else's YouTube pages or their memberships, and so we don't talk about other people on our, because it's bad form to talk about other people's
right.
on other podcasts, things like that, and so I don't want to even step into that realm of like debating on what is going on someone else's YouTube or their membership and stuff like that. I know that they have members, and we won't go into that stuff because we don't do that.
Yeah, this is all new for everybody across the board. Like, these booming sports card channels they're trying to feel the market and feel the audience out just as well as we are. And, just because somebody's doing it one way doesn't mean it's going to work for us. And we're trying to make it work for us and do it the right way and do it, not necessarily that they're doing it the wrong way, but
right.
We just want to make sure that we don't come out and pull the trigger and everybody's just like, oh, you guys are sellouts, or you guys are trash. I knew I should have never watched you guys. And that's what we're doing. We're filling out the audience and filling you guys out and doing this slow and steady. We're in no rush to,
what is it?
Get to any certain, status or whatever. We're just doing
What's
this.
Up, Sean?
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah. That's basically what we wanted to tell everybody. We're gonna be should have the podcast up and going here within the next couple weeks. Look for, we'll be Alex bobblehead.
Yeah,
that would be funny if we all.
Oh, that would be cool, dude.
Oh my God, that's funny.
If we all had bobbleheads,
dude, I'm in it. I've already got one.
Of yourself?
Like Dwight Schrute. If you guys watch The Office.
Yeah, for sure. Dwight Schrute.
Kyler Murray. I mean, you guys are more football than I am, but
that goes back to he's got to prove it over time, and tough. Football is very volatile. Man, like I said, it's volatile, and Kyler Murray could come out. I would hate that for him, but I mean, he could come out this preseason and get hurt before he even gets into a game.
Yeah, man.
So
young quarterbacks.
I have some Kyler Murray cards, but I'm not paying premium that other people are paying for like one of ones, and like I'm not buying that stuff. I'm buying I've got a red cracked ice rookie card of Kyler Murray. I think I paid like $70 for it. I got a couple of things like that, and that's about it.
Yeah. Best investment, baseball investment under $20. I mean, if you can still, I like Matt Chapman, Nolan Arenado. Those rookie cards are guys that I'd buy, snap up for $20. I know they're kind of starting to get up and over that price, but if you can find them raw, obviously, I like those guys. What do you guys think about buying Eric Paschal, Silver Prisms?
He's old, man. That's an old rookie. I think when you have to feel it out. I want to see what I want to see what happens when Steph Curry comes back, and see how that all flows together. You got Steph Curry there. You've got who's the other guy? Gosh, Klay Thompson.
Yep.
So how does he fit into that system? With those guys back and flowing, because I think they could be like Klay Thompson. I think could be a great buy off season basketball this year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's true too. Update Acuna and Glaber.
yeah, he's an old rookie, Ziggy.
Those are great.
I'll look it up. I think Eric Pascal is like 24, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but the best is to buy a Bowman blaster, I guess. That would be a great $20 investment for baseball. Sell it for $60. That's crazy that they're going for so much.
Man,
You gotta get lucky at your Walmart, but apparently I saw in one Facebook group Walmarts and Targets are starting to limit the amount that you can buy. People are going in there and buying literally every single Bowman and Mosaic. Now they're limiting it to like one per. You can buy one pack per person, basically. And
I remember every time I would go to the Walmart or Target with the wife, I would always be like, "All right, where are you gonna go?" She knew what I was gonna do. I'll go look at the sports cards. It's like, and man, the product there was so many options. I was like, I was like, which box do I want to buy today? Which box do I want to buy today? Now I go and it's like a ghost town. It's just like, what is this? Like there's like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and you go to the sports cards. There's product. I'm like, I don't even know what this is. Like they don't even
stickers and stuff.
They don't even have that super cheap, the cards that came in plastic containers that were like mystery gem boxes. They don't have any of those. Nothing. Like I'm so cute. Like there's something has to be done about this because like those kids and then you go on their website and they have the blaster boxes selling for like hundreds of dollars on the Target website. Because I got an ad the other day of shop or on Instagram. So I clicked on it. It said Shop Optic 2018 Optic Now, and I clicked on it. It was like $130 for a blaster box. And I was like, what is this garbage?
They're like selling ad space to Toy Wiz, I think, and stuff. So, what's up, fellas? Which QBs are you targeting besides Jones, Locke, and Haskin? We talked about that a little bit earlier. Baker and Josh Allen, kind of the go-to guys, I think, for us. For me, for sure, Baker. I like Baker, though. So, and then Josh Allen,
For me, it's Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady.
Bang. The classics, the GOATs.
Yeah, for sure. Those are definite solid investment cards. Rookie years primarily. However, if they're out of your budget, go ahead and pick up those second and third year refractors, especially the Tom Brady's, man. Look at the 2002 Bowman Chrome Tom Brady and the 2003 Bowman Chrome Tom Brady refractors. Big money. I had an X-Fractor in PSA 9 I sold for $500 a couple months ago, like 6 months ago. And if I would have held on to that, serial number out of 250. Big mistake. So that's who I'm buying.
I'm doing research right now. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm still looking into it too. But the new quarterbacks, man, it's tough because they're riskier, more risk involved when you're brand new quarterback. So try to buy low as possible. A lot of new quarterbacks come out of the gate overpriced, inflated because of the hype behind them.
Mm-hmm.
I like Big Ben. Central said, talking about Big Ben.
Yeah.
I think like he had that injury that he had, man. When he's healthy, he's going to be pretty healthy too. I think this upcoming year. He had that elbow injury, which is more similar to like what a baseball player would go through. So it's like, and usually it takes a long time to come back from that. So I think we'll see some good stuff out of him. I don't think it's like an ending thing for him. He's getting older, but he's got a good thing going in Pittsburgh.
What are your options on Tua and Joe Burrow? I am not trying to pick up guys who haven't done anything in football. It's so swingy. It's so volatile. Personally, that's just me, though.
I think Tua is the better pickup long term.
Matt Ryan, Central Valley Cards. Yeah, man, I have a ton of Matt Ryan rookie cards that are just sitting back there waiting for me to submit to PSA. However, I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. I got a ton of Matt Ryan rookie autographs, his Topps Chrome refractors, Topps Chrome base, some press pass, the gold versions out of 100. Big. I got a big Matt Ryan honey hole. I actually haven't talked about that a lot. I should pull those cards out, man. I remember I went pretty heavy on him for a while because they were cheap. Kirk Cousins, I was buying him up too, and he went to Vikings, and he just took a big fat dump. So I was like, I'm not really on Kirk Cousins anymore. But he still could be potential. He might just be working as the fluff out in the Vikings. Stephon Diggs, I think is still in the Vikings. However, he had like this some issue. He wants to win, and he was talking about the trade, but they worked it out. Kirk Cousins, I think. Aaron Rodgers, his prices are definitely going up. They've always been going up. However, I'm not really on the A-Rod train. Because Diggs did go to Buffalo. Wow.
Yeah, he
nice. I did not know that. So who's the receivers in the Vikings now? Do they have any?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they've got what's his name? He's really good.
Yeah,
then you
so
get
good you remember his name.
Then you get Moss back.
Yeah,
Huh?
I need a nap, like Justin said. Golly, look at
Need a nap.
Gosh, he's one of my favorite receivers. Oh, Adam Thielen. What in the world? Someone watching the app? What's going on over there?
Ah, man, I hate the NFL.com. You open it up, freaking ads.
Oh, man.
All right, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to get a little hungry. Starting to get a little. I can hear the family upstairs rumbling around a little bit.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yeah, thank you all. If you're watching this after the fact, make sure to like it. Get in that comment section. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on what we talked about here. And let us know any feedback on the Patreon page. We're going to be starting that and to go alongside the podcast. So if you have any suggestions, any perks you'd want to see, even if you're not necessarily wanting to, get in on that, but we're definitely open to a lot of suggestions. Hit that subscribe button, join the team, check out Borys on the Hobby Box, and of course, Matt, the PSA Collector. Check out their channels. Go subscribe to them. But yeah, thank you everybody for chatting with us. Everybody in chat, thank you all for the good conversation. And yeah, thanks for your feedback, everybody. We appreciate you all. I'm so close to 1,000. Borys just hit 1,000. Shout out to him. But I'm trying to get me to 1,000. I think I got like 20, 25 left. And then, yeah, but everybody, thank you all. Thanks everybody for hanging out and chat. Until next time, keep cracking.
Peace.
See you guys.